allegations. Allegedly, Janice, y'all. Bishop Whitehead. The Fed is coming for him. He got more charges pending. He lying, all kind of stuff. Let me tell you, this man is a certified Christian criminal. This is why when I was dating, I don't date niggerettes that went to jail, had a criminal record, felony, none of that thing. You know why? That is who you are. You are a criminal. You are bent that way. Okay, when I was dating, no sir, you had to be a choir boy. You had to have a clean record. I better not Google you and find out you was in jail. Now I believe in showing grace, and so if you stole a car when you was 12, and you know you went to juvie, your mama get you out. Where was your daddy? I might not be interested because you got no daddy. But you young, under 18, and peer pressure, blood pressure, peer pressure. You know what I mean? Like if you was 12, 13, you did something, you got caught up in something, but you've been on this straight and narrow. I might, if you're a good man, I might be able to overlook it. But if you've been a criminal your whole life and now you found, let me tell you, what a lot of these criminals do is they go to church, to jail, they find Jesus. Praise God, you find Jesus. But then they come out and all of a sudden they're bishop. Sir, you've been a criminal your whole life. Don't you think you need to unlearn being a criminal and how to be saved? No, girl, they come out of the church, they're big pastors, the bishop. Now, some of these pastors be making it really well. But let me tell you, every last one of these niggers that went to jail and came out and be a pastor, girl, they was still being a criminal undercover. They was just doing it under the disguise of church. Let me tell you, I knew this young man. I ain't gonna call his name. Y'all gonna know who I talk. But anyways, child, he died of a drug overdose in New York. See, he was young, went to jail, found Jesus, but he was saved, had a big old church. Girl, he was still doing the drugs, honey. And they found him butt naked in the hotel in I don't know if he was butt naked in New York with a strong overdose. Beautiful wife, beautiful kids. I got 2 of her books up there right now, child. You know why? Because that's who he is. That is who they are. These criminals are who they are, y'all. They come to the church and want us to think they're saved, but they're not really saved. They want us to think they're delivered, but they're not delivered. They're doing the same thing under the disguise. Here is this criminal, child, and the FBI has more charges to charge against him. And I might have did a video on this when it came out, but I was a fooling with this fool child, the bishop, bling bishop, bling bishop, when he said that he was robbed. Personally, I personally think, he paid them people to act like he robbed them. I don't care what they say. But, this is just my opinion. Don't try to fool me, child. I got no more. Okay. And he's suing. Let me open my window because I'm drinking tea and I got this turtleneck on. And he's suing Larry Reed. I'm not going to say much for Larry Reed, child. There's a lot of stuff going on over there. I'm not trying to get my name entangled in foolishness. But anyways, I don't trust him. I mean, a man, he went to jail. I was done. He went to jail. Men that been to jail, run. Broke, run. 50 kids, run. Narcissist, run. She said you was a cheater, run. He's abusive, run. He can't talk, run. He ain't got nowhere to live, run. He want me to pay 50-50, run. Been to jail, run for your life, girl, run. As a matter of fact, move out of your state because that criminal might find you. And now the according to the New York Post said New York City Bishop LAMOR WHITEHEad faked bank records to finance New Jersey Mansion Fest. How they do that? But criminals, when you're a criminal, you will figure out a way to fake it. And that wife of his, they need to lock her up too. She's a criminal too. She knew he didn't have the money. Lock her up. Lock Bishop Whitehead wife up too. She was probably writing checks and faking all of that stuff. According to the New York Times, sir, you fake checks and bank accounts and to say, I don't know how they did that, because when we was getting our house, child, the amount of questions they asked us and the amount of bank records and this and tax records and tax account and bank accounts and all this stuff we had to show. And this man is faking bank records to get a mansion? A mansion? Huh? And there was a house down the block at the time. It was 366. I remember that house. I still drive by that house every day. It was 366. I was like, I really like the house, but I was like, nah, I'm all about living way below my means, honey. And we got this house here for $250. Okay, but I'm trying to find out how they fake bank accounts to buy a house when these bank wanted to know what color my kidney was, huh? They probably trying to look through Big Mike little baby toe. So I'm trying to understand how this man was able to fake bank accounts to buy a whole mansion. But anyways, according to the New York Times, sue them, don't sue me. Controversial Bishop LAMOR Whitehead fabricated, huh? That's what criminals do. Fabricated bank records in an attempt to finance his $1 billion New Jersey mansion. Federal prosecutors charged in a new indictment Wednesday. Lock him up. To get a mortgage approved for the sprawling Paramus estate, Whitehead fought for altered bank records to make it appear that an LLC he controlled had an average balance of more than $2 million when it actually had less than $10. The Fed, what a broke Dusty. Talk about a broke Dusty. $10 in your bank account. I'm trying to see what $10 can buy. It can buy a gallon of milk, not organic. It can't buy no formula. What can $10 buy? You shouldn't even take that $10 out. My grandmother said, always leave a little water in the bottom of the barrel, baby. Don't ever take everything out. Girl. The embattled church leader who made headlines in 2022 when he was robbed at gunpoint of more than $1 million in jewels in front of his congregation also alleged created a fake bank account as part of the scheme to get the mortgage loan in 2019. I don't know how they did it, but that's criminals. They'll figure out. See, criminals know how to be criminals. We over here on the right side, we try. Well, how in the world? How in the world was they able to get a mortgage? When, they asked for your W-2s. Well, I don't know. I don't remember if they asked for W-2s. But I'm just saying, you bank account. They wanted copies of they wanted copies of everything. All your bank accounts, your pay stubs, your 401k. I remember they asked that. I'm just saying, I just remember them, the mortgage rep, all this stuff we had to provide. 401k, Mike had to copy 457. They wanted to pay your pay stub. What's this? You had to explain what this is. Where did this money come from? So criminals. See, criminals know how to be a criminal, okay? The passive fabricated bank records for AMSLC from at least in or about October 28 to include February 29 in an effort to obtain a mortgage in excess of $1.3 million to fund his purchase of a home in Paramus, New Jersey. Manhattan federal prosecutor wrote in the indictment. Look, he looked like a criminal, don't he? In them little pink kitty glasses. Yes, the brothers in the prison is gonna like you with these little cute pink glasses. Whitehead, who was arrested by federal agents and hit with 4 charges in December 2022, was slapped with an additional count of wire fraud related to alleged fabrication information linked to the LLC. The feds also allege he applied for a fraudulent $250,000 business loan using LLC anointed management service by similar misrepresenting the finance that they're gonna throw his son. He gonna go to jail forever. Whitehead was not granted the law according to the indictment. It's unclear if the 1.3 merger was approved. Whitehead leads a small congregation in Canaris section of Brooklyn called Leaders of Tomorrow International Mission, where he preaches a prosperity gospel and asks his followers to sow or donate money to the church. The pastor, who has ties to Mayor Eric Adams dating back to 2013, drives luxury cars and wears designer suits and pricey jewelry during his church service, as well as at his recent appearances in federal court. Are they hugging? After his arrest in December, the Post viewed a white Rolls Royce SUV at a white Mercedes G-Wagon parked in the driveway of his Paramus estate, but the Negro have $10 in his bank account. This is what you call get old nigger red, keep it up with the Joneses. Okay, all this you got parked, paying all these monthly fees, but you got $10, less than $10 in your bank account. Typical Negro, typical the nigger red. Whitehead was previously charged for allegedly scamming a parishioner out of $90,000 and blowing it on luxury goods. He also faced an extortion charge for another scam, in which he alleged he promised to use his influence to get favorable actions from the city in real estate deals. Ooh, child. Me and Mike can't afford that. Well, of course we can, but we're not gonna buy nothing like this. If it was up to my husband, he would buy something like this. Oh, this is nice. Go ahead. Sell the house so that your wife could bail you out of jail. Whitehead was robbed at gunpoint while preaching at the small church by a trio of masked gun bandits who forced him to the floor during the caper. Two of the alleged robbers were charged with Brooklyn federal court and have pleaded not guilty. He gonna tell him. They gonna tell the court, sir, he paid us. Allegedly. Whitehead faces dozens of years in prison if he's convicted on all counts. We're going to be fighting this allegation. His attorney, Dawn Flores, said Wednesday Lamar Whitehead will be pleading not guilty when he's arraigned on the indictment and denies those charges. Well, we got the bank records, sir. We got the records. You can plead guilty as much as you want to plead guilty. But the bank's got the record that you was trying to get the money. You was trying to get the money. What y'all think about this, y'all? I love you. I have to go. Let me go finish tutoring my little boy. Check out my video I just did over at JANICE talking about, girl, why Jeffrey on Ready to Love attacked Simone, but that's okay, honey. Simone came for her. She called for Simone, and Simone said yes. Love you. Talk to you later. Remember to share my books on Amazon. Bye.